Now then, my friends, in today's vlog we are travelling from New York's JFK all the way over to London's Heathrow Airport. Now, I booked this flight with British Airways, however, we're not travelling with British Airways. Oh no, because they are partnered with American Airlines, and I am travelling on American Airlines at 6:15 tonight, I believe, on AA 100 flight. I had to pay extra to sit near a window so I can get takeoff and landing, and the interesting thing about it is American Airlines gets a terrible write-up. They get an awful write-up online. I've not heard anything good about them. I've never travelled with them before, so is it true? Is it all a fallacy? Well, we're going to find out. I'm going to take you guys with us. If you like the video and you like the journey, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. It's going to be an interesting one. We're going to capture everything for you, all the way over with an Uber over to the airport. When we get to the airport, we're going to get inside the airport, etc. We're going to get some planes taking off and landing, what's available at JFK as well, and also in-flight food reviews, in-flight drinks reviews, and in-flight service reviews. So don't miss out on this one. Do not skip forward, play it the whole way through. This is going to be a good one. Are American Airlines a disgrace to the United States? Let's find out. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Right, okay, so we're in the taxi now, or the Uber. Now we're heading to Terminal 8 to JFK to get the connection there, or the flight over to London's Heathrow with American Airlines. I have to say, I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. Every review that I've ever seen online, and also Martin, who I've been staying with, the Silver Fox, has said that they are terrible. No patch, not a patch on British Airways, but yet they are partnered with them. I'm hoping, fingers crossed though, that it is going to be okay. It is a night flight as well, and we take off at 6:15 this evening and land at about 6:15 in the morning at Heathrow, at London's Heathrow. Anyway, onwards, my friends. Right, now the flight cost me $573 US. That was booking through British Airways. Obviously, as I've said earlier on, we're travelling American Airlines because they're partnered with them. That is one way from JFK to Heathrow, because if you'll watch my earlier videos, you'll know that I travelled with a French airline on the way over here from Paris, which I think was French B from memory. I also paid another $67 to sit in a window seat, and what really annoyed me was they said they'd got no window seats available unless I paid for them. I paid for the window seat. When I went onto the line to check in, there was plenty of seats, so a little bit of a scam there. Naughty American Airlines. That's a point lost already. That's the latest trend, by the way. Nobody carries a Louis Vuitton handbag around or a Coach handbag. You carry a poo bag around now. Right, here we are, JFK Terminal 8, British Airways and American Airlines. Fingers crossed it's going to be alright and not as bad as all them write-ups say and reviews. Right, okay, so here we are inside the terminal. Now, we've got British Airways check-in on my left and American Airlines check-in on my right, or bag drop. And British Airways is relatively empty, and that's who I booked with, but I've got to get over there to the American Airlines, which is busy. How I wish they'd put me on a British Airlines plane right now. Okay, well, the lady's just told me, come around the corner, I'm already checked in online, so all I need to do is drop my bag, and that is just as busy. What an absolute joke. What happened to people? I used to love going up to a till and then just sorting it all out here. It's part of the journey. No, I don't want to add any flexible travel plans. Here we go. Ah, right. Is it printed? It's printing my boarding pass even though I've got one digitally. Well, that's better because I've got it to hand then. And we've got the baggage label. Right, step 2, bag drop. I think I've got the right line here, I think anyway. Do you know what? What happened to people? These airlines are making more money, aren't they? Because they haven't got to pay any employees. They're getting us to do it. We should get a discount or a wage. So apparently I've got to join the line and go underneath the rope. Here we go. Oh dear, I tell you what. This is not starting off well. Is it really? No, nothing. Shall I put it on there? Okay, well, there was actually, we're going to go to gate 12. There was actually a lady on the counter and didn't have to scan it for myself, so she was scanning it. So that's, we get, why not just check it in at the same time? I don't understand it. Put a computer in front of her and we're all good. Right, gate 12. I'm going to go through security now. So, I shall see you guys on the other side. Right, we are through security. Good grief. Shoes off, belt off, laptop out, iPad out, everything out your bag. It was an absolute nightmare. Do you know what? Let's get these new machines in, like they've got at Manchester and some other airports, where you don't have to take everything out of your bag. It's just complete madness. And your shoes as well. You have to take your shoes off at some airports and then not other airports. It's anyway, let's go and have a look around and see what this terminal's like, and see if we can see any planes out the window as well. Right, well, we're not boarding for another hour, so I'll have a wander around, look at the planes. Now, I was going to get one of the first class lounges, but then I'm in one place and I'd rather have a wander around and show you some of the planes. Something magical about an airport once you've got through security. The Qantas Dreamliner. Now, I flew on that to Australia. I have to say, I've flown on the Qantas Dreamliner and the A380, the Airbus A380. The Airbus A380 totally, in my opinion, wipes the floor with the Dreamliner. I didn't like it. I didn't like the windows, how they automatically tinted, and I thought it was night time. It was all controlled by the cockpit or by the cabin crew. Didn't like that. Didn't think there was as much room. Just in general, not as good a plane. What do you think? Let me know in that comment section down below. Right, duty free. Let's go and see how much the Jameson is and see whether you can find some really expensive whiskey that's just ridiculously expensive. Come on. Tell you what, with the price of some of them whiskies and drinks, I won't want to drink them. I want to leave them behind a glass cabinet and look at them for the rest of my life. Ah, English phone box. That's strange. A vending machine for licorice and pretzels. Odd. So they're boarding groups 1 to 4 now, and I'm group 7, I believe. So a bit of a wait. But I got my window seat that I paid for. Oh, I tell you what, I'm getting a bit peckish. I hope they bring the food out pretty quickly, and also could do with a glass of wine or something, just to relax me for an overnight flight. Because when I get back to London Heathrow, I've then got to get the underground to St Pancras, and then from St Pancras I've got to get the train to Nottingham, from Nottingham to Mansfield, and then walk to get my car from Forest Town. So it's a bit like planes, trains and automobiles, this one. I think I'd be John Candy, wouldn't I, with the amount of fish and chips that I eat. Well, I don't know whether you saw that facial recognition. That was facial recognition. We're being watched. Big Brother's watching you. Hi, 37L. Thank you. Right, okay, we're on board. Now I am 6'4.5", and these are thin seats, especially for American Airlines. I mean, come on, I'm half the size and half the width of most Americans. Easy, that's controversial, but I can only just get my backside in this seat. I'm guessing it's an old style plane, because you've got the old style entertainment system there with the remote control, and then obviously rather than having a USB you've got a normal kind of plug outlet there as well, unless there's one under the seat, but I don't think there is. I can't believe how narrow these seats are. That's crazy. Oh no, I have found a USB under there. However, the screens don't angle, so if anybody puts this seat back, I'm going to get squashed. But you can't angle the screens, unfortunately. But we've got a USB anyway, USB charger, but just can't angle the screens. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. Trolls, maybe I should watch that. Got plenty of them who want to watch this channel.
100 service to London, we are full this evening. If you brought off-shoe carried items, you have to place a smaller one underneath the seat in front of you, as well as utilizing overhead space compartment.
Here, go here.
If you're sitting on a first class or business class section, all the carry-on luggage you brought on board needs to go in an overhead compartment just for takeoff and landing. If you need assistance stowing any of these items, please contact the flight attendant.
So it is a full flight today. I've got 2 people next to me. There are no spare seats on board, and it is a little bit of a squash, I've got to say. It's going to be a long flight.
On our way to London Heathrow Airport. Today's flight plan for 6 hours, 10 minutes. We can expect mostly cloudy skies, 15 centigrade, 59 Fahrenheit upon our landing. It is about 3,000 miles over there to London. So at some point we'll go through a rough patch there. The seatbelt sign will go on and off. We do ask while the seatbelt sign is on that you do remain seated and always keep your seatbelts fastened and hatched. We always ask that you not congregate in the aisles or the galleys. Give the flight attendants a chance to give you some top-notch service. Not much left for all of us to do, except for 2 of us up in the front here, but the rest of you can sit back, relax, and certainly hope enjoy the flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, general boarding has been completed. Flight attendants, please close all overhead bins. Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check. Stand by for all call.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
17 degrees when we land, and clear skies, landing facing west. Thank you for flying with us today. Sorry about the heat earlier. I know it took a little while to cool off, but finally got it there. And we'll have you on the ground here in a couple minutes. Flight attendants prepare for landing.
It's really joyful when you don't have to pull out the slides.
Please remain seated with
joyful.
your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off. And keep the aisles clear of all carry-on items. Take a moment to check your seat back pocket for any personal items, like
There were
tablets
people
and cell
behind the
phones.
second time. I did it for the
When you
first
open
time.
the overhead compartments, be careful, as items may have moved in flight. And thank you for choosing American Airlines.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London's Heathrow Airport. Local time 6:10 a.m. There will be representatives meeting our aircraft for any and all questions you may have. And on behalf of your New York-based flight crew, realize there's a choice of carriers today. We thank you for choosing American Airlines.
Right, well, we'll sum that flight up in a little bit. I tell you what, that was probably one of the worst airlines that I've ever taken. We'll get down to it. Let's get the bag first. Right, through passport control. Now I've just got to get my bag, and then we've got to get up to Nottingham. Well, we've got to get to St Pancras first, and then up to Nottingham. The journey hasn't finished yet, and we'll get down to what the airline was like. And the breakfast this morning, what was that? Looked like chicken feed. Right, so we've got the case. Now we need to get to Piccadilly line Underground. That will take us to St Pancras. Now, let's get down to the airline first, shall we? The seats were that cramped. I've never been in seats that are that narrow before. And I felt a bit awkward, really, because the lady beside me, she was a lovely lady. I only spoke to her on the actual descent. But it was like, it was so close that I could feel my backside touching her backside, which I felt a bit awkward with that. The food itself was terrible. I think the actual staff on board and the cabin crew, I mean, they seemed a bit miserable, to be fair. Not very happy, not overly friendly. I just thought, personally, terrible airline, absolutely terrible. In-flight entertainment, that was all right. I watched a thing about Mark Zuckerberg, but it wasn't the best entertainment system, not very modern. All in all, I think the airline's terrible, to be honest. I mean, considering it's an American Airlines, it's a disgrace on the United States, to be fair. I mean, did you see the food on descent? That was a breakfast. Couldn't even eat it. Some dried up bananas and some kind of chocolate bar or whatever, brownie. Terrible. Would not advise American Airlines at all. Give them a wide berth. Absolutely terrible. And if you're watching American Airlines, what on earth was that breakfast all about? Really? Garbage. So there we go. American Airlines. Do I recommend them? No, I don't. Stick with me for the rest of the journey. We're going to head back. We'll see a little bit of scenery along the way, and also London Underground. So come on, onwards, my friends. Right, there we go. Underground. That's what we need. What I really need is my car here, and I could just drive back and get home. The only problem with the Underground is we've got to take the Piccadilly line, and it takes about an hour to get to St Pancras. So that's the tiring bit, and then we've got to get the train from Piccadilly line from train from St Pancras up to Nottingham, then from Nottingham to Mansfield Woodhouse, and then from Mansfield Woodhouse to Forest Town, where my car is. So it is a bit of a trek. I just want a shower, coffee and something to eat. There we go, Underground. Such a great logo, that, isn't it? It's brilliant. Right, where are we? We need Piccadilly line to central London. Here we go. Right, we need the central London one. How many stops? Let's have a look. quite a lot of stops. Now I know you can take the Heathrow Express, but that takes you into the wrong place for me because I need to get to St Pancras. So this is about an hour. I've done it quite a few times, but sit back and I'll just relax and answer a few emails and comments. You know what? These seats aren't much wider either. I reckon it might be the size of my arse. Right, now I booked my train. It's now 8:15. My train is not till 10:30 because it was £56 to Nottingham. I booked one before it by mistake, which was 3 changes. That was 45 quid. So I've got to wait for that to be refunded back now, which is going to take about 7 to 10 days, which is annoying because they take the money straight away, then take 7 to 10 days to give it back. Anyway, we've booked a train, so that's 10:30. So we've now got couple of hours to wait, so might have to be a Greg's sausage cob and a cup of coffee, and then we'll just wait around a bit. Breakfast roll and a hot drink, £3.40. Yes, please, count me in. Right, only problem with Greg's is bacon and sausage roll, by the way.
With 0835 East Midlands Railway service to Nottingham.
Shame we couldn't take that one, but it was over 100 quid.
Leicester and Nottingham. This train is formed of 5 coaches.
Shame I can't take that, but anyway, I'll eat this first. Let her talk. See you in a minute. I will just say one thing though. When you get a sausage roll or bacon cob or whatever you want to call it, why do they put the napkin around it so it gets covered in sauce? Then you can't clean your mouth or your hands, can you? Do you know what I mean? Right, Nottingham, here we come. It's been a journey, hasn't it? Quite a journey. And it hasn't even finished yet, so give us a thumbs up. It's free. Not, well, the train isn't free, but the thumbs up is. Right, we are in Nottingham now. I've got to try and get a train to Mansfield Woodhouse. I don't know what time that one is. We're late though by about 10 minutes. British Rail for you, or whatever it is now. Right, let's go and try and find the train to Mansfield Woodhouse. It's nice and warm actually out here. Doesn't feel, everyone was saying, oh, it's really warm in the UK, but I think after having the heat wave in New York and with it being so sweaty, it actually feels relatively a little bit cool, to be fair. Everyone's saying it's hot. Three minutes. Oh, come on. Otherwise I've got to wait an hour. We can do this. Platform 1B. I haven't got the ticket yet. I'll get the ticket on board. Come on. Right, let's wrap this video up. And by the way, it is warm now. By heck, it's warm, as my mum used to say. Right, okay, so American Airlines, give them a miss. And I mean, give them a miss. What an absolute nightmare that was. The seating, I mean, how do Americans fit in them seats? That's ridiculous. I mean, come on, put a bit more space on them. I mean, I felt terrible. It was awful. Food was terrible. I mean, the dinner was passable. The breakfast was just a joke. And the service, well, there was no smile. I thought the Americans were supposed to be smiley. Hi, have a nice day. No, none of that with American Airlines. There we go. So, I hope you enjoyed the video as more than I enjoyed the journey. If you did, give it a thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the New York vlogs, and lots more vlogs coming your way. So I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. I'm going to bed. Right, now then my friends, so in today's vlog we're taking a journey back to the UK. We're travelling from New York, that's right my friends, I sincerely hope that you have enjoyed the New York videos, but today you are? Now then my friends, in today's vlog we are flying with not British Airways, however that is who I booked it with. The flight, that's garbage as well, I can't do this. Why don't toss cock blocker.